Yusuke. At last, the two of us fight again. Only this time things are going to be different for you. I'm not throwing this fight for anyone.
Good, because now for me, it's personal.
You don't think this is personal for me too?
Welcome to Showdown, Show Off for Showdown, episode 8. I am your host, Jeff, aka Platinum Chanel Boy, whatever it is you want to call me. I got my co-host with me, Eric King. What's going on?
Clapton in the house.
What's good? What's good?
That award show was the shit, man.
Yeah, we had a good time at the award show, man. Shout out the whole Lookout team. It was great. It was fantastic. I'm very happy right now because we got a huge episode. One of my favorite animes. Also, it's created by the GOAT, who also created my actual favorite anime. So I win either way. You know, it's kind of crazy.
That's real though.
I win either way because I think from the voting, it looks like Gon and Neferpitu came in second, I believe. And honestly, for a second there, I thought we were going to be talking about Attack on Titan, but that's okay. You know, I kind of, you put Yu Yu in anything, it's hard to like, you know, it's hard to get voted on, you know.
You know, and it's like, it's the Godfather. It's the one. It's the one.
It's very special still, and it looks great even after so long.
Shout out to technology, yo. This shit looks the cleanest. This looks amazing.
I'm almost for sure because I watched it on Hulu. I'm not sure where you watched it, but
same
Hulu. This is definitely some type of like updated version of the show. It looks beautiful. Like they at least like they sharpen it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
I don't remember it looking that good, but that's okay. We are definitely talking about Yu Yu Hakusho today. It's the Dark Tournament, one of the greatest arcs ever.
This was the quintessential like tournament arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the one. Like this is the one that started it all, man. Yeah. Like this is like that. Like to be honest, nothing can really top this one. To be honest,
no man. There's been a lot of tournaments since from different animes and variations, and this is it, man. Like real Dark Tournament hours. And this fight, this showdown, real Dark Tournament hours. This showdown is headlined by Yusuke and Toguro, which is, you know. That's what we want. That's what we're here for, man.
Facts.
That's what we're here for. It's Yu Yu Hakusho. You know, again, created by the GOAT, who also created my favorite anime, Hunter x Hunter. I am extremely happy to be talking about this today. And this showdown, it scales between about 4 episodes, starting from episode 61. And you can get the tail end of it. The finale of it is 64. We're going to be talking about episodes 61 and 64 mostly. It is great. It's considered to be season 3. It is a really, really good fight. Really good showdown. It makes so much sense. Where does Yu Yu stand for you collectively?
Top 5.
I mean, yeah, it's
top 5. Top 5, to be honest. It's literally like having a Ragnarok moment where it's fighting all like Yu and a couple other ones that I haven't said yet. They are my favorites that are fighting amongst each other to be the top 5 right now. So
it's special.
It's always winning. It's always within my heart.
Absolutely.
It's
so good. I think Mills had ended up watching it for the first time this year.
Congrats.
And he was texting me about it kind of periodically. It's just so good, and obviously the theme is
superior.
Incredible stuff, man. We're not even sure like how this happened, but it's really nice. Like you could turn on Hot 97, and if that came on, I wouldn't even
turn it back to like
shit could have came on 106 in Park, and I would have acted normal about it. Like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
Fact.
MTV Jams, it could have came on
MTV Jams, it would be blasted.
This makes sense to me. So, so the dark tournament finally gets to a clash. The headliner, I guess you could say, the final fight, the one that really, really matters. and that's Yusuke
Man,
Toguro.
Yusuke's. This is what all his training has been leading up to, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's incredible.
you
It's
know,
incredible. So let's get to it because the first, and this is crazy. You and I we rarely jump right into it this fast. We're usually talking a lot of shit,
yeah,
other things or whatever. But this is so massive. Let's just jump into it because the first thing that literally happens that I noticed that was so groundbreaking was Toguro unbuttoning his shirt. Now,
yo,
as soon as,
yo, yo,
Toguro, how you unbutton your shirt but not take your shades off? You know,
bruh, this was
that's how you know.
this was peak. This was peak early '90s gangster shit. This
Yeah,
was like this is what the thugs would do in the early '90s in Japan.
yeah.
And I thought
Keep
this
your
was the
shades on. Just
hardest
take the
shit.
shirt off. You feel me? He's ready to go. He's ready to go. And he's talking a lot of cash shit. He kind of gets personal. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, man, let's just do this. This is what I've been waiting on.
He's just with it.
He immediately goes to 80% too, which is kind of dope. Muscles on muscles. It's gross, but it's fire too. Like
Yo,
it's tight. I like it. And the music is so good during that transformation. It has like this eerie like spike of sound that kind of
like
so good.
Like it's
Bro, like
something's like crawling it's like crawling inside you or something. That's how I felt every time I heard it, man.
It sets the mood so well. But the craziest thing about it was like this man Togoro's fucking demon energy was so strong. It started killing some of members in the crowd. It started just killing random people in the crowd.
Yo, his fumes were so strong. He was he was annihilating people with his fumes, bro. They out here just turning into straight vapor. It was
straight vapor. Like all he's doing, they're just getting ready to watch this fight, you know. And then some of them are not going to watch this fight.
Some of them demons had money on this nigga, and he had the nerve to kill him and shit.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, Yusuke isn't really afraid at this point. He's kind of got his chest out, and as soon as you know it's time to fight, Yusuke goes straight to him. He goes to punch Toguro, which he does. It hits him like in the stomach, but Toguro eats it, muscle, you know, all that good stuff. And
that shit swallowed that shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Takes an uppercut. They have a really nice exchange here. It kind of shows how like anime has progressed even from this, because the reason why this series is still so special is because that little exchange that they had, like the first exchange inside the Cell Games ring, which it's funny I say. That's what what wasn't, you know, inspired by this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real.
But it's a great exchange. You get to see some blood earlier on. And the action is so good. Like it makes so much sense. And it's awesome how this fight seems like it could have been done 2020 and they'd just been like, this is amazing.
Yo, facts. Like, they take, like I said, like I love when you can see a company takes their time with it, you know?
even at this, you know, in this day of age, like when this came out, you know, it's ridiculous how this could still be so clean and fluent. Toguro kind of says some wild shit. He's like,
yo,
he says something about he basically says something about, you know, you'll never know what it's like to, you know, to
lose your beloved. Yo, like talking.
Yusuke says some green shit though, because he was like, I'm never gonna lose my shawty. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a bitch. Basically, that's all he said. Like, he's like, I'm gonna grow old with my shot. Cause
look, man, look at man. Look here. I'm not I'm me. I'm not you. I'm out here doing what I need to be doing, so I don't have to be you. You dig?
Yeah. He's like, I got this. Don't even worry about it. I'm not gonna lose nobody. I'm gonna grow old with mines. You not. You can't. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send your ass to her.
Yo, too. Exactly.
And at that point, they like
crossroads.
like, and they have like a little standoff before like they really get going again. And at this moment, Yusuke goes straight spirit gun. Like he just started loading up his spirit gun. And there's a lot of suspense behind this. I forget who yelled it from the crowd. Someone said fry him. And I was like, come on, this is a ridiculous bar, nigga. I can't remember who it was. Fry him. I was like, damn.
Who would say something? Who say something?
I can't remember who said it. I know that all I know is Yusuke was not playing because the first thing he was like, Grandma, are you watching this? And I was like, oh God, this is about to get ugly. Like, but it ended up being a really cool scene where he uses powering up the spirit gun as a decoy, ends up rushing in, gets a few punches to Togoro's gut. But I mean,
it was a nice little barrage. I fucked cool, with it.
But Toguro eats that shit, and he's so strong, bro. He ends up punching the ground.
Yo, that shit exploded, my nigga.
The demon energy fist punch creates an explosion, and everyone gets sent into flight. Like everybody's in the air at this point. Now, what was tight as fuck about this episode, and keep in mind, this is like the beginning of the fight. The upside down spirit gun.
Okay.
It's hard.
To this day, I've said I want this, like, I need a company. I think, you know what?
Out there. What you want, like a statue or some sort?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dog, like
be out there, dude. I mean,
bruh, they have to. Somebody has to have made this, yo. Because I will pay cash for this. Yo, because that's one of the most illest moments. That was one of the most illest moments in this fight.
It builds a lot of suspense because Yusuke is upside down from the explosion. The spirit gun was so OP, dog. Like it blasts Toguro like it looks like miles away from the stadium. Like
facts.
I mean, he goes flying. And the field is destroyed. This is very Cell Games, like, you know, there's nowhere to stand. Because I think somebody's like, hey, you need to be counting him out. Like, you know, let's get this shit over with. But he, you know, because they're both the funniest part about it, Korobara, the funniest thing about it is like they're both out the ring, so they basically like the judges like fuck the rules.
Yo, there is no ring. They're trying to figure it out. Like, all right, how the hell are we gonna do this? He's like,
right. Like, look, there's no ring. Like,
you know what? It was I think the funniest part was just like he was like, since I'm like the strongest person here, I have rule of all. So you know what? Since there's no ring, to the death for these.
To the death. He literally just said, all right, no, the only way this ends is someone has to die. So be it. Let's get cracking. So yeah, so both fighters are technically out of the ring. So they said fuck the rules. Toguro ends up surviving this spirit gun blast. He comes back. He loses his Cartier frames.
Like a fucking tank. That shit was amazing.
Tank, body kind of burnt up, jeans tore up. He loses the Cartier frames. And he starts talking more. He talks more cash shit about surviving. I think he said, like, is that all you got? You know,
he said, yo, no, highly disrespectful. He said, Genkai, is this all you got?
Right, it's like Green. Shout out Mark. And he's like, yo, you know, he's like, you know what? That spirit gun was still trash. I'm gonna just stay at 80% and I'm gonna cook you. I don't have time for this. Like, this is where you die. And that's where that episode ends. And I want to talk about this episode a little bit in full context because that is how you start a fucking show.
That's exactly how you start a showdown.
Like, there's no real filler. Like, it's straight to the point. It's incredible. There is some filler earlier on before the fight actually starts with like a lot of crowd talk and all those shenanigans. But that first half of that fight is simply amazing. And it's just so good. And the reason why Eric and I cannot go through every piece of this, and we're going to skip ahead a little bit to this final point, where a huge moment happens. At this point, the Dark Tournament, the ring is destroyed. You know, people are I mean, it's tore the fuck up. Okay.
Man, like the spirit gun alone, it destroyed half of the building.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is done.
Toguro at this point is at 100%. Okay, more muscles. I'm sure you guys have seen the visual. This episode, I believe it's 94, starts off with, I would say
64. Sorry.
64. Yeah. It starts off with, I would say, a sacrifice. Korobaro, man. Let's talk about Korobaro here. Because this shit was really sad. Korobaro puts his life on the line, tries to be somewhat of a hero, extremely brave, extremely telling for the character, and he goes out really, really, really awful. Sharp fingertips to the chest. Gets his energy taken out, blood everywhere. Love the blood action in this, by the way, but it's extremely sad. They do the slow-mo of everyone kind of just like in tears, and I thought it was lovely. What do you think?
It still makes me think, was this before Dragon Ball, or was Dragon Ball before this?
Yu Yu?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Let's see. So, because there are some similarities here, but I always figured, I feel like Yu Yu's older. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Yu Yu's original run was 1990 to 1994.
Okay, so Yu Yu was before. Even so,
in Dragon Ball Z, they're very
close.
They're very close.
They're very close. But
original run for Dragon Ball Z was 1989.
Okay,
that's pretty close.
Yeah. Even so, either way, I still feel like this was like the catalyst to that towards Dragon Ball, in the same way, like with obviously with the Krillin moment, but Krillin,
Yeah,
but
no, anime uses this still today. This is definitely inspired probably a lot of what we see as far as the main protagonist losing a good friend, or to basically take him to the next level. And there had to be some type of scapegoat, right?
The real power of friendship, my G.
Real power of friendship. Real power of friendship powers. Truly. This is literally like, so this murder it pushes Yusuke over the limit. He starts untapping Ultra Instinct. It's very Super Saiyan. It's very
he's absorbing all of the souls.
He's taking it all in. It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's a sight to see.
All of his tap potential gets released. This is literally like me if niggas murked you and I had to avenge you. Like, this is facts. So just take it to full power. Release all energy. Release all feelings. Because I think somebody literally was like, I can taste his feelings. I was like, yo,
that's deep.
It's deep. It's deep. Even at this moment, though, Yusuke is still kind of like whatever about everything. He's kind of fucked up. Like, he's still very emotional about what just happened. And I'm glad they did this, because sometimes in anime, a character gets murked and they transition the murder into combat really fast, to the point where you don't even really get to mourn about the character you just lost. Does that make sense?
Yes,
in this situation, they stretch it a little bit, to the point where Toguro punches Yusuke after he powers up. Then they go on this kind of rant about, you didn't even feel that. I know you didn't feel that. And he was like, no, I didn't feel it. So I like that they showed that Yusuke was still not really ready to focus on the fight. But he had already powered up and been ready to go. It was just like, no, I'm not about this. Like, he was just emotional, and Toguro saw that emotion and was like, all right, well, you don't want to fight me. I'm going to go kill another one of your niggas, bro. And then that's when Yusuke kind of like, I don't know. They don't obviously see him moving at such a fast rate, but he kind of teleports, grabs this man Toguro's wrist, and was like, bro, chill out, man. The ground literally starts breaking, like, as he squeezes dude's wrist, bro.
That's it.
He's so fast.
What type of level of speed how strong and fast are you to where you just all you have to do is turn Like, it's like
So impressive.
just a decimal of
It's
of
so
your strength.
impressive. It's so impressive. And
That's
not just
insane.
that, like Toguro ends up trying to talk a little bit more cat shit, and then like gets punched the fuck out. Like the whole everybody that took the air out the stadium, what's left of the stadium, everybody's like Toguro goes flying, flipping all over the ring. Like it was just a crazy punch that Yusuke put on his ass. Like it was ugly. It was ugly.
It was strong enough to make him transform into his actual 100%. This man
Yeah,
looks, yo.
well, yeah. Before that, though, before he could even recover, he hits him with another spirit gun blast. He rolls over from getting socked and then gets hit with a spirit gun blast.
It's true. I forgot about that.
And then, of course, the antagonist forgets Toguro was capping. He wasn't at 100%. He was like, well, you know what? I was actually at 85. I wasn't at 100. I wasn't at 100. Powers up again. This one is just this one just gets more neck muscles. Very Brock Lesnar. Like
heavy
more
Brock Lesnar.
More neck muscles. This is apparently 100%, guys. So bear with us. And this is kind of when we get near the powerful part of the showdown.
Oh, that's another thing too with the upgrade. Them shoulder blades. Yeah, how
you even move, bro? How are you moving around?
Yeah, that literally. Like I get it. It's like how strong? Wait, you know what? Nah, we'll get back to that later. Sorry. Let's go. Go ahead.
No, I definitely understand. Like it's refreshing to have a antagonist who has the large body frame. You don't really think about speed. He's like all power. Those guys aren't made. Look at some of the things that we watch nowadays, right? Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I mean, they're still large human beings, but they don't seem larger than life when it comes to body shape and like just how they're designed. Even Jaren, right? Jaren he was a big dude, but he was fit. We don't get those ginormous like, Hunter x Hunter, Miriam. Look at Demon Slayer. I mean, there are some things you see where you get that large over body. Evil.
That monsteric.
Yeah. I like Toguro. I love the look, man. I know it's weird, and I know if it was redone in 2021, it would look insane.
Oh, it will look,
but it still looks great.
Yeah,
it still looks great now. And this is where we start to really get there, and we get to a point where it's the climax of the showdown, and Yusuke decides like, all right, this is it. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and I think in the first episode we started, he said he had 4 spirit guns left in him or something like that. I got like 4 left. He puts the rest of his energy into this one. And it's massive. This is very like, again, I know we're gonna keep doing this, but it's very Gohan, Perfect Cell.
Yeah.
It has that same energy. And Yusuke powers up this spirit gun. It's huge. It's one of the bigger ones that I've seen on the series. Toguro ends up releasing his demon energy. It's do or die. Like, it's like both parties are going absolutely crazy, going all out. This is it.
It was
everybody who's still left and alive is like, this is it. This is gonna decide our fate, basically. Like, Yusuke lets out like a really just, the yell itself reminded me so much of like being a kid and pretending to, go to my next level or whatever. You get that. It was really good. Like, it's super authentic. The dub this is a really good dub.
Yes, it is.
Let's get that out the way. Like,
to be honest, top 3 best dubs ever, in my opinion. Top 3. I won't even say top 5, top 3 for sure.
It's fantastic. Like it's really good. You can watch either or and you'll have a good time. Yusuke shoots off this huge spirit gun blast. And Toguro runs at it, which I respect, man. He was like, man, you know what? This is it. I'm gonna take it.
This ain't shit. Like,
The first thing he does is grab it with one hand. Okay.
yo,
I love the transition to him being like, all right, let me use my other hand too. This is too much. He uses his other hand. And you have like a really nice moment where he's trying to push it back and hold it. And it's a little anticlimactic, but it works. Like, oddly enough, it works really well.
I agree.
And Yusuke kind of runs out of energy. His blast starts to go out, and he falls to his knees, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's out. He's gassed. He got nothing." He did say he was going to put everything into it, so
He did.
He's gassed. And to my surprise, I remember my first time watching it. To my surprise, I thought that there was going to be another sequence. You know, like something else was about to happen. Obviously, like it wasn't enough. So, but the spirit blast is still in form. And Toguro is trying his best to still hold it. Now, my whole thing, bro, when this happened, I didn't know what happened because the blast does end up vanishing and going away. And I have no idea. This is a really strange ending because it's almost like Toguro was proud to go out like this.
You know,
Almost.
let
Let
me
tell everybody what happens real quick. So the blast disappears, it vanishes, but the damage was done. Toguro says a few words about how this was the moment he's been waiting for, and it couldn't have happened any other way. And then this nigga's muscles just crack.
It was disgusting.
It was it was disgusting. It was disgusting. Crack shatters off of him, and he hits the ground. And behind the referee, Yusuke stands up.
As
and this
the
man
victor as he
Toguro is
should
like
be.
white like dust. He's cooked, like he's fried. And so I don't know, man. How do you feel about, Toguro's last words? Like, was he? I don't know if he just felt like proud that he went out like this at full, like to somebody who gave him his all.
I think
he was happy that he went 100%. He was like, this is literally, I ain't never had to do this. So
he went out though, like I said, he went out the true warrior way that he wanted, bro. Like,
yeah.
not only did he go out in his full 100 with his, his energy and all what he's learned and everything, but it was also like his girl's pupil. So that's like a double. That's like a double whammy. That's like your kid, technically in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but
I understand. No, it's crazy, man. It's a really nice moment. I think it's a really great way. Excuse me, to end a showdown of that caliber, and it's so deep and it's bloody and it's sad at the same time. And yeah,
it was real, man. It was real.
Very, very real, man. It was very, very real.
Because like I said, it's like, okay, I think it was mostly like Toguro was. I feel like this match for Toguro was also like Yusuke was a younger version of him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to at least.
Yeah, Yusuke even says like, "Hey, I kind of looked up to you for a little bit,
Like,
yeah, he was
exactly.
like, I kind of wanted to move how you moved for a little bit, but
the moment he saw him at Toguro, all that nigga did was kick a damn a wall in the garage, and that whole shit exploded. Like, it exploded.
Yeah. It's so crazy, man. Like you said, he's like, in some weird way, like, I looked up to you, like, I respected you. He said, I have respect for you, or I have respect for you. But Yeah, I thought the ending was great, man. I really think it's one of the greatest, battles ever, which is why I wanted it on here for people to vote on. I'm really glad that our listeners and
Same.
the people that support the Lookout voted on it, and I know Eric and I are really really appreciative of this whole season. This has been like season
Man.
1. It's been great. Him and I had this idea to do this years ago, and it just never happened. And obviously, Mills and I have the Lookout Network, and everyone else who helps us, Flo, AD, Jamal,
Whole
my man
gang.
Johnny B. It just really good guys who've been holding it down. Shout out Pat. Obviously, Mills is my guy, and I'll do anything for him. But
Yo, shout out
this
to
was something
Mills,
that had to
man.
happen. Yeah, this was just something that had to happen. So, Showdown season 1. This has been episode 8. Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke versus Toguro. Uh,
Whew.
it's a hell of a ride, man. It's dark tournament. Please watch this if you haven't, because it is so worth it. Also,
As I
thanks
keep
for
saying, it's for the books.
yeah, it really is. And one more thing before we get out of here for season 1, the Lookout Awards. Thank you so much for tapping in and voting and letting your voice be
Yes.
heard. My Hero kind of ran away with it, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but I really appreciate you guys voting and being active.
Same.
It's really really good energy, and yeah, we really appreciate it. So me and Eric will go back in the war room and watch
Hey,
some more fights for season 2. Hopefully you guys will want us back.
it never stops, man. Just know
It
that
never
for
stops.
sure.
It never stops. We got more fights. And to those people that voted on some of the other fights from JoJo, from Hunter x Hunter, from Attack on Titan, you still had let your voice be heard. Me and Eric still may discuss some of these in season 2. So, it's you just never really know. So we're gonna get back
Yeah.
into the lab for sure and figure some things out.
Oh yeah, we'll be cooking up some things. We'll be cooking up some
Absolutely,
things.
absolutely. But until then, make sure you guys stay safe, lock in, show up for Showdown, tap into the Lookout RNC on Twitter.
For
Y'all know my
sure.
Twitter at Old Newsboy, Eric's Twitter, Eric Clapton. Yeah, man, we
You
really
already
appreciate you
know.
guys locking in with us all season. These 8
Yeah.
episodes. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you. You too. By the way,
Oh, go ahead.
by the way,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, y'all, for
We won't be
sure.
able to say it. By the time you guys hear this, it won't be the new year yet, but this is the last time you hear us on Showdown for
Exactly.
2020. So hopefully 2021, like I said, we'll be back.
Yeah.